You do a lot of things about lists in here. We all keep lists. We have the to-do list, the to-don't list, the grocery list, but you've suggested a very different kind of list when planning this next stage of your life. Can you talk about how you did that and how you suggest some of us get our acts together?
I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And this, again, in the book, there are 3 lists. And I think it's really a good idea to just you have to do this on your own, nobody else around, so you're totally honest with yourself. And you write down the things that you love. For example, Ronnie and my family, and I love photography and a bunch of other things. And then the second list is what gives you satisfaction, and that's different than what you love, because it's a little more conceptual. So what is behind the things that you love? And so it's more a process. So for me, I love to organize things. I love to do research. I love to be creative. And in fact, that was the thing that ultimately I decided I wanted to spend more time on my creative side and find it. And then the third list are things that you'd be willing to try, that you have not done already. And again, the whole idea is to have no regrets. And so even if you're very happy right now, think about something that you have always wanted to do, whether you were a little kid and you wanted it, or what maybe you would have done if you hadn't done what you did in your career, and make sure that you go out there and give it a shot. So that's what the 3 lists are for.
Who else would take an improv class or try out to be Nathan Detroit? But I think the one thing that a lot of us know is what you did with your photography. And all of us have seen Harry's fabulous photography, the photographs, incredible photographs. And I'll tell a cute story. When there was an opening in a building, some of you were there, and somebody asked Harry, can you make these photographs bigger?
Yes.
And he said, I don't know.
Yeah.
So he called a friend and he made them bigger and bigger, and then that was the beginning of showing your photographs. But talk about how you started what you did with the hospitals, because I think that is part of what you say is that part of this part of your life is sharing and doing for others. And there's actually a physical reaction you get for helping other people. It's called like a helper's high. There's a physical reaction. You've done such wonderful things for so many other people that I think what you've done with your photographs is really extraordinary. And to talk about that, because some people know, but not everybody knows.
Okay, all right, thanks. Actually, so going back to our high school, the head of the high school back in St. Louis asked me to do an exhibit. And so I had they were sizable prints. They were like 40 by 60, and it was really fun. And when it was over, it was up about 10 days, and when it was over, I didn't know what to do with the prints. And I thought, I'll just ship them back. And then I thought, what about donating them to the school? So I went up to the head of the school and I said, I would like to donate these, but only if you're going to put them up. If they're going to end up in a closet somewhere, I'm really not interested. And she said, yeah. And this was a minimum of 5 years ago. And I was just out there for an event about 2 weeks ago, and these are still up. And they have a little plaque that says when I graduated and all that, and they're all over the school. And they're very culturally oriented. The idea was to expose the students to different cultures around the world. So every day that I'm like, all these students are walking by, and the faculty and everybody else, and it takes them away a little bit. And then I was thinking about, well, this feels great. Like, how can I replicate this? And one of the things I discussed in the book is linking. And I'd like to, if I want to come up with something that's a little different, I try to link different concepts, things that didn't necessarily have anything to do with each other. So my 2 passions were photography and medicine. And I thought maybe I should try donating my photographs to hospitals. And one thing led to the next, and now they're all over New York. They are in Barnes Hospital in St. Louis. They're in Northwestern Hospital in Chicago. They're at Tufts in Boston. But they're in most of the hospitals in the New York area. And I know some of you have happened to coincidentally walk by them, and you go, oh my God, that's Harry. So again, that just gives me complete pleasure. And I would just say that if any of you have an artistic bent, or you're taking an art class, think seriously about donating your work to a hospital or to a nursing home or to a school. And I think they will be very happy to have.